Hello and welcome back. It is so good to have you here today. I am so excited to have this girl time with you. Today, I want to talk to you about how to gain feminine energy points. And what I mean by this is this is something so precious and it's like magic. You're literally creating magic. And the more that you stack up your feminine energy points, literally the more that life becomes easier and easier and easier. And I know that this happens for me every single day of my life. I literally started to attract opportunities, and then I started stacking up my feminine energy points to the point where I became the one who brought the opportunities to the table, and I am the one who creates the opportunities for people. That is how strong I want your feminine energy to be. And I want to teach you how you can start stacking up points and how to activate this energy, because it is such a beautiful energy. To me, this sisterhood community, the sisterhood just heart, the sisterhood heart, it is something so sacred, so beautiful, and I truly believe that as women, we are meant for more. We're meant to bring people together. We're meant to bring communities together. We are meant to lead from our bodies and our intuition, because when women come together, the world changes, the world moves, we evolve. When women come together and we share the wisdom, we share our knowledge, we share our experience, we share everything that we learned throughout an entire life, communities benefit, people benefit completely. And this kind of reminds me of this Toltec Aztec story, where women in the Aztec community, they would gather all from all over the world. They would come together in circles. And whenever they had their menstrual cycle each month, they would go to this place called the Sacred Lodge. There, they would have their sacred menstrual cycle. And the women, they would get dreams and visions, powerful knowledge and wisdom to guide the community. And everybody in the community benefited. Everybody listened to these women. And I love this, because this is how women are. Our juicy energy just brings everything to life. We balance the harmony everywhere we go. And I know you do too. I know we're trying to stack up more and bring up more abundance and live our best life. So that is exactly what we're gonna do here today. And I have my full stack of notes today. I just came up with this in the morning. I was like, okay, let me just make something that the girls will love. And here it is. And feminine energy, building feminine energy points, what it truly means is being so magnetic that everything around you wants to swim with you. It wants to swim in your waters. It wants to serve you. It wants to give to you. And it just wants to be around you. Whether it is opportunity, whether it is men, whether it is friendship, whether it is love, whether it is joy, whether it's anything, just wants to swim with you in your waters and be around you, because it knows that you are so magnetic, you're so attractive. And I don't mean physically, it's beautiful, but physically and energy, you're so energetically, so attractive. And this is what we're going to talk about today. So, number one thing to gain feminine energy points, it is receiving compliments and giving compliments. There is a huge difference between the art of receiving and then giving a compliment too. The art of receiving, I would love to make a whole topic about this, because there is so much depth that goes into this. And then there is the part where you give compliments, right? So there is also the difference between healed feminine and wounded feminine. And healed feminine energy, she is going to, if somebody gives her a compliment, she will say, thank you, and just take the compliment, receive it, let it hit her body, and just take it all in. Wounded feminine's going to say, oh, thank you, you look great too, thank you so much, yeah, all these things, right? And wounded feminine will not take the compliment. There is a blockage. Wounded feminine is going to repel that energy back. Imagine it like this. So this is your feminine energy, your healed feminine energy, and this is wounded feminine energy. You are sending a compliment, but it hits a wall. She cannot receive the compliment because she's so guarded. There is a lot of things probably going on in her life, environment, people, trauma that is still stuck in her body, that she's not been able to release. There are so many things that can cause a wounded feminine energy woman. And then the healed woman, she's done so much inner work. This is a woman who, she's such a queen. She's a divine goddess. This is a woman who can send the compliments, and she will receive the compliment. It will go straight to her, and she will nourish it. And she'll say, I am building myself. This is where confidence is built. This is where you nourish your energy so much. And the more you stack and stack and stack and stack, how this is going to benefit you is that it's going to bring forth so much abundance and so much opportunities. You will meet the right people. This energy your body will know before you do. When you start stacking feminine energy points, your body will go towards a woman, will start walking towards a person, will start driving to an event, will say, okay, we're gonna go here, we're gonna travel here, because there's something that your body knows that you still don't recognize, but you have built those feminine energy points, and now you go there. Let's say you travel there, your body knew that you needed that activation that you got from being in that vacation. Your body knew the activation that you got for talking to that stranger that your body just told you to talk to. And I find this so beautiful. This happens to me all the time. The more that I'm able to build and build and build feminine energy points, the more I realize that my body naturally goes to people without me even having to think. I literally just go and I'm like, okay, I'm here, we're flowing, we're talking to other women, and it just happens so casually and so beautiful. An example, this weekend, we went to a wedding. It was like a Gatsby, beautiful wedding for my boyfriend's cousin. And at this wedding, we're waiting in the hall before the reception. We're waiting in the hall. And everybody's like, there's servers they are, what is it called? They're serving some kind of food like quiches and egg rolls and all of this and champagne. And what happens next is that my body decides to go to this corner over here where the bar area is. And then I turn around and then I start talking to this woman. And I'm like, hi, how are you? My name's Carolina, all this stuff. And then we get into baking, and I told her I like baking cookies. And she tells me she loves to cook and all these things. And later I find out that she's a neighbor from one of her family members. They're neighbors, and we're like, what a coincidence. And later me and her are talking, and she tells me she's a teacher. She owns businesses. She's also a consultant. And her husband comes in, and we start talking. My boyfriend comes in, and then the husband's like, oh yeah, like we have to fly out to New York tomorrow because I'm going to be the new CEO of HAR. If you don't know what HAR is, I want you to look up HAR. That is like the #1 place for everyone to buy homes, sell homes. HAR is literally, actually, let me search it up. What is HAR? HAR in real estate. I need you to know this. Houston Association of Realtors. It is, a professional organization with over 50,000 members, primarily serving the greater Houston area and surrounding Texas regions. Multiple listing services in the MLS database for buying, selling, and renting properties. It is the biggest platform to buy and sell properties. And the fact that we met him, this weekend, it was a pure conversation. My body is still in shock. because I trust myself so much. I trust my feminine energy so much that she guided me to the right place at the right time to talk to the right person in the entire room. I feel like I spoke to the right person to even know this and have these connections, because now we know that they're also friends with one of my boyfriend's the neighbors. And I'm like, this is unbelievable, because now we have those connections and we're building more relationships that are high value relationships with people who are creating multi-million dollar companies and businesses. That is the power of feminine energy. And I know that I hear this so much on social media about people talking about feminine energy in a way that's like femininity of just looking nice, dressing posh, having a soft girl life. I have a soft girl life, but I also protected, and I also activate my feral side, I activate my dark side, I activate these other energies, my business side, where that comes from my feminine energy, real authentic feminine energy. This is what I'm talking about, real feminine energy, where it comes from love, because love, it is the highest form of frequency. When you're in love state, when you're able to receive love, receive compliment, you build and build and build more feminine energy points, more love points, where you are literally vibrating at that level. You don't even have to think about this. You're just vibrating there automatically. You don't have to think about it. Your body knows before you do, before you can even comprehend all the information. I believe that I need to look this up too. Our brain, our subconscious mind can gather like millions of bits of information per minute. And our conscious mind can only gather like 80. It's so little compared to what our subconscious mind can gather. And our subconscious mind literally knows everything. Imagine you have an entire body, hey, we need to digest our food. Hey, we just had coffee, like let's make sure it goes down this drain. Or hey, we're sick, you need to pump up some immunity in my body. Your body, there's a whole ecosystem going on in your body that I feel like people don't think about. You have to take care of it. You have to take care of your gut. Your gut is like your second brain. Your gut is going to make decisions for you. So this is why you have to clear out your body. Deeply know that there is a whole environment living inside you, living things. Imagine like your tiny little friends are living inside of you. You have millions of tiny little friends that you don't even know their name for. I don't either, but I know that they live in here and they live in your body too. So you have to honor them, respect them, and make sure that they are loved as well. They need nourishment. They need vitamins. They need you to clean out your gut. It needs nourishment. So make sure you're eating your vitamins. Make sure that you are cleaning your gut. If you need detox tea because you can't go to get a colonic done, there is this detox tea called Té Divina. I'm gonna link it down below. Once you drink this, you make like a gallon of water. You put the tea in there. That is going to flush out your entire system. Gut in your body, waste in your body, waste in your gut will make you make decisions in survival mode, because your body is like, hey, it's pounding at you without even feeling it. It's pounding and saying, hey, we want to be clean, we want to be cleared out, we want to make better decisions, but we can't because we are stuck in this mode of this dark energies around us, all this waste, all this food. Imagine you being in a dumpster. It doesn't feel good, right? That is your gut. You can't think well, you can't properly build ideas, you can't attract anything if you're in a dump. And that is how your gut feels. And this is why it is so crucial for you to clear out your gut so you can start making better decisions. And your gut is actually going to lead you to the right people and the right places and the right things, just like your intuition will, just like your soul will, just like your feminine energy will completely guide you there. But it starts in your body, it starts in you, not out here. It is always internal, because your internal world always expresses your outer world. And this is how you can see the fruits of the labor in people. Everyone's fruits of their labor is represented in their outer world. And I can see this so much. God gave me such wisdom where I can see everyone's energies and I know exactly what they're going through in life and how they can fix it. but I cannot give my advice to them without them having an open energy to receive the advice and the energy. It is very difficult for people to actually receive. I know I could not receive. People would give me advice and I was so close to receiving advice. I was not open to it. But that caused a lot of stagnation in my life, a lot of stigma in my life. And this is why I know that it's so important to clear out the energy. And if somebody compliments you, I want you to receive that compliment, take the compliment in, and say, this is nourishing every cell in my body. It is nourishing my energy, and I feel so good. Thank you so much. And one thing I learned that I like to do to just play around, I say thank you, and then I like slightly bow my head and like my body a little bit, only because I feel like those movies from back in the day where the women would grab their dress and they'll kind of bow. I like doing that. I just think it's cute, and that's something that I like to do to receive. There's plenty of ways that you can do this, but I love to do this. Now let's move on to the next day. I have so many notes, and I just want to make sure that I share them all. And also I have like my drink right here. This hot cacao changed my life. I love drinking hot cacao. My relationship with cacao has expanded so much ever since I discovered it. It's changed my mood. It literally has activated a different energy in me. This has been one of the major keys in my life to why I feel so good in my body, so electric, so magnetic and juicy and like feral and fiery. Like I know that this fire inside of me has awoken more, and she's the reason why, Miss Cacao. She's so warm and juicy too. Warm drinks, I feel like when we're supposed to drink warm drinks for our body and our nervous system says, hey, we are safe. We're not in survival mode anymore. And whenever I used to have cold drinks or put ice in my water, I felt like it was shocking my nervous system, but not in a good way. I love shocking my nervous system to a certain extent, but not where it comes to water, because I noticed that I would gain more weight as I would drink cold water. There was something inside my body that would just feel cold and just start to feel very tight. And I stopped drinking cold water. Even my teeth started to become so sensitive to cold water. It happened out of nowhere, and it would give me brain freeze. So then I stopped drinking cold water. I now only drink warm water. I put so much lemon in there. I bought a whole bag of lemons. I have it over there in my kitchen, and I squeeze a whole lemon in my water each morning, and I put some cloves in there, which is like high on antioxidants. It is rich in nutrients. It has vitamin C, vitamin A, so many things for your body, and I love it. So if you want to start doing that, that is my ritual in the mornings. Okay, so healed feminine energy, she will accept compliments with ease and with love. Receiving these compliments, it is so healing for your nervous system. So healing for your nervous system. When a woman comes in and she gives you a compliment, it is like I said, one of the highest forms of love. It's going to heal your nervous system. If a woman who is healed is going to go and tell somebody who is probably not healed completely, and she tells them, you look stunning, you look beautiful, you're such a goddess, and she receives that compliment, she won't know it, but her body will, her energy will, she will start to heal. Her body will start to heal. She is receiving that energy. And what happens here sometimes when there is a wounded feminine energy is that she feels uncomfortable receiving the compliment. She probably feels triggered. There is an energy here that it keeps blocking it. But at the end of the day, love will always come through, and it'll grab you, and you will start to heal. Because love, no matter what, if you're expressing love, genuine love, it will always surpass anything. It would always come to light. And so in Wounded Feminine, you will see things that are kind of like, let's say you give somebody a compliment and then they kind of just brush it off. They say, oh, no, it's fine. You know, things like that. Stop it. You're lying. That is when you will notice. And I want you to just hug the person, give them a kiss, and just say you're beautiful and accept the compliment. If they're being a little hard-headed, you know, because you want them to receive the love, or just hug them, give them a kiss on the cheek, and you're good to go. They will receive your love, I promise. Now, let's see. How healed feminine energy gives compliments. And this is magic. I kid you not. I cannot stress this enough. Healed women are magic, and they're so powerful. Healed women understand that a flower, I actually have a flower. Let me go get it. Let me get this flower. My notebook here. All right, so I started to use this microphone as, yeah, there we go. I just got a flower and then I just put a microphone in there to make more content and more videos. It's not on right now, but I just got this idea yesterday and I am so obsessed with it because I just get to talk to the flower and it's beautiful. And yeah, so healed feminine energy know that a woman, she is going to bloom at her own time. She's just going to plant the seed. She's going to say those whispers. You're so beautiful. You're so kind. You look amazing. Wow. Healed feminine energies are going to plant the seed. And that's it. This woman will now start to bloom later in her life. She will see it and she won't even know how this happened. But a healed woman came in and planted the seed in her. Her body already knows before she even does. So I wrote this down. So whenever love enters a system, a nervous system of someone else, this is called alchemy. This is when you activate alchemy right here. When you get to make all that pain, all that anxiety, everything else, you use your words, your powerful words, to plant seed in somebody else, and that creates alchemy in this woman. It creates alchemy in the environment. It harmonizes everything. Excuse me. Awesome. Now next. And whenever you give somebody this compliment, I want you to imagine that it's going to land in this woman like warm buttered steak or warm butter on an English muffin. Just so like juicy, runny, just flowy. And I love steak. That's why I brought up steak. So now let's talk about quantum feminine points. This is where you literally start to quantum leap with somebody else. And this is where both nervous systems are regulated, both nervous systems recognize what's going on. Healed to healed women quantum leap. And this happens when you're about to hang out with a woman and you know these conversations are the best conversations ever. What's happening here is that you both are activating a new quantum leap in your life. You are both activating juicy energy. And when you talk to this woman, you talk about dreams, you talk about goals, you talk about travel, things that you guys are going to eat. You talk about things that are activating growth in both of you. You don't talk about people, you don't gossip, you don't talk about drama. That is wounded feminine. You talk about your ideas, your goals, your business, how you're gonna change your generation, how you're gonna get more income, how you're gonna build more assets, how you are going to put more LLCs in your trust fund, how you're gonna make more money. That is what you do with healed and healed feminine energy come together. And then I just feel like when I'm around these women, my nervous system just, it kind of like goes like that, and it vibrates energy out to where it calls them, and then we connect so good. And once you leave talking to a woman like this, your body completely changes. Your body is activated in a way that it doesn't even make sense, because once you leave this conversation, you feel like this woman activated something in you, the sisterhood, the quantum feminine points. You feel like you can go and run a marathon. You feel like you can go and run $1 million business. You feel like you can go and build anything you want, create anything you want. That is exactly how it feels like to have a conversation with a healed woman. You're activated because you both know that both of you protect each other's energy. You protect their energy, she protects her energy outside in the world. And then whenever you both come in together, you both know that you are sacred and you are pure, and you both have these activating conversations. And usually I would have so many of these conversations with all the women in my salon when I had my beauty business. And all the conversations were so activating. We changed each other, we healed each other, and we both grew. We saw each other go through life. I saw them go through college, graduate college. All these things happened, and it was so beautiful. And now as adults, after college and everything else, I didn't go to college, but they did. Now everything just is so beautiful because their energy is so activated. And to my ladies who want to start your dream business, I promise you, the harder the inner work, the closer, the fastest you will get to your dream life. Your quantum leap for what it takes to make $1 million or even $500,000, it will literally streak like this the more inner work you do, because you realize that here is where you battle fear. Here is where you battle the experiences. Here is where you battle a lot of things. But if you activate your feminine, you activate your masculine, you activate all the energies in your body and you heal, your body is going to take you somewhere where you'll meet somebody who already has this experience. You'll get their knowledge and you'll take their experience. And you are going to say, okay, I'm going to take your wisdom and I'll put it in my life. Then you'll go somewhere and you'll say, you know what? I see so much opportunity here. Wow, I'm so glad that I don't have that trauma and I've healed through things, because now I can see the opportunities there. Then you're going to meet somebody who has experience in marketing and sales, all of this. Then you pay them for their services. You delegate. And because you don't have fear of paying somebody else thousands of dollars for a work that they already are so great at, and you've done the inner work to recognize their energy, recognize if abundance is actually leaking out of them, know that if abundance is walking with them. If abundance is not walking with them, you already know not to do business there. But if abundance is walking with them and then you hire them, this time becomes closer and closer and closer. And that is how it quantum leaps. That is how things happen. That is how things change completely. And that is exactly what happened in my life. And then a lot of people's lives that I know. And it all starts with inner work. And that is it for today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I really hope that all this expanded you and that you learned so much. I am so proud of you for taking this journey. And if you ever need inner work coaching, just remember, you can find me at www.carolinacarranza.com. And on top of that, I forgot about this. If you want to be in real estate, you don't know about education, you don't know what wholesaling is, house flipping, and you want to have education or even participate and know and start making a lot of money, I promise you, click the link below. It's called Home Link. You can get education. Education that the founders have paid hundreds of thousands of dollars for this education. They have put all of this education together in a community and courses where you can have all this education for $4.99 lifetime, compared to other people who, if you want to learn wholesaling, developing a home, building hotels, all of this, private equity, hard money lending, private lending, all these things, even the words themselves sound very like, oh, I could never learn about this. Even private equity, when I learned about private equity, I was like, wait, it sounds so out of my reach. And then I started to be around people in it, and I was like, wow, everybody here just has some knowledge that the world does not have. And all these guys are bringing all this knowledge together for you to have this, for you to know that this is actually what builds wealth and a lot of money. And you don't even have to be on social media, any of that, if you don't want to. This education has made so many millionaires, and I personally know them. These people are not, there's nothing special about anybody. The difference is that they are so authentic, so unique to themselves, and they take massive action. They don't overthink. They don't have these fears. They don't have these doubts. So strict on their boundaries, and they don't play. They don't play about their money. They do not go out and play about their friends. They don't play about women. They don't play about things. They don't play about their parents. They are so set on. They don't play about their business. They don't play about who they hire. They just know where to go. And I have some friends who completely traveled everywhere, Virginia, Dubai, Thailand, anywhere else, and they've always been the right people. And for my boyfriend, whenever he did this, he went to Monaco for the Grand Prix. He met so many celebrities, so many stars over there. And then he did like a world tour. When he went to Europe, he went to Paris. No, he went to Dubai. And then he went to dinner. And guess who was there? Elon Musk's sister. So he was right here. Elon Musk's sister was right there. And he had like dinner with them at this Dubai restaurant. And I'm like, life is so easy when you're doing it right, because people are not out of your reach. Money is not out of your reach. You just need to start being in the industries that all these rich people are at, the wealthy people are at, and putting yourself there. Not as a service provider, because being a service provider is not going to make you rich. And it could if you delegate your business and you branch out and you build variations, but that takes a lot of experience and it takes a lot of time. And the only way that you'll learn how to do this is through inner work. All of the people that I know who have completely grown their business, they know about inner work. They've done it. They've gone to ceremonies. They've gone to retreats. They've gone to meditation. They know about somatic shaking. They know about quantum physics. There's a lot that they know. And this is what you need to know. This is what I'm teaching here. But it literally starts with feminine energy and inner work. And I'm so excited about this. And yeah, I love you so much. And thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for holding space. And I'll see you later. Bye.
Oh, sugar.